Welcome to another episode of our podcast.
Mohammed, you're a father of two, right? MashaAllah,
Yes.
married and a father of two. On your Instagram, you say, Baba is tired, right?
Yes. I'm tired.
Baba is a leader. Baba is an entrepreneur. Baba is a husband. And Baba is a father. You have so many roles. How do you find the balance and you still keep grounded?
We talked about authenticity, right? Being real with ourselves. I feel like it's a way for me, right? There are times where I have things together, and there are times where like I'm at my lowest point, like, and I'm going through this phase. And I think that's what made me start the whole Baba is Tired page, just to share authentic conversation with my son, because reality is I have like a 7, 8 year old who wants to go play, and I'm like exhausted. Can I, is it fair for me that I'm really nice and kind and wonderful at work, but I come home and I become this mean, vicious
Oh,
dad who just doesn't want to do anything? I think I had to like talk to myself to become a better dad, right? I had to like study, and I'm like reading things. I'm like, okay, because nobody teaches you this in our community anymore. Back in the days, you learn through observing that relationship, that connection. But now you're on your own. You become a father overnight, and all of a sudden, okay, so what do you do?
yeah.
So that was one of my hope and ambitions. Like, I'm learning, and I'm sure other fathers are in the same stages and phases. How are we dealing with that? Because again, we have a disconnected community. It's not a hub. Some people are blessed to have a good community, right? They have that support system. A lot of communities that don't. So I think, to be honest with you, to answer your question, I'm having hard times recently to finding that balance. But going back to those knowledge, going back to those mentors, and prioritizing, okay, when I come home, I have to spend time with my son and I have to be real, right? And that's why I don't want to say it's like amazing dad or Muslim dad. Like, no, I'm gonna be real. Baba's tired. That's what I was like. I'm tired. Do we have to do this? It's like, no, please, few more minutes. And I know it's important, right? Because he's in the stage where he's spending a lot of time with me. In a few more years, he's gonna be like, listen, I'm with my friends. I don't have time for you. So I have to look at the value of this is my valuable time with him. I always tell people, like, I don't think I can, not that I'm being real. Like, I got to wear a mask at work, that customer service, right? The emotional intelligence mask you have to wear. You cannot take things personal. And I say this, I can't take this mask off even when I come home, because it's not fair for them.
Yes.
They also deserve the best part of me, right? If
Yes.
you want to look at the mask as a good thing or a bad thing, it's up to individual level what they wear.
I understand what you're saying, and because honestly, there is emotions attached to this as well, like the guilt feeling. Uh,
Big time. Oh my goodness.
like dad and mom are so tired. They don't even have any energy to sit and read you a story, but they know they should.
Hmm.
Because that's the time I connect with you and I keep that connection. Alhamdulillah, I have children who come to me with all their stories. I don't judge them because I kept consistent with these. Like when they come from school, I'm there for them to listen to the first thing they want to say. They come. Some of your children, they come and like blur it all out. And some of your children, they speak nothing. They're quiet, they do their
Yeah.
thing, but they speak at night.
Mashallah.
So may God bless you. It is not easy, but fatherhood definitely changes the whole perspective of your purpose.
If it wasn't for my kids, I wouldn't be, I think I would have lost it. Like, being honest, like, I think they grounded me in so many ways, right? Something, that, like parents would say, wait till you have your kids, wait till you have, like, and then I realized, all right, now I'm saying this to people, wait till you have your kids. You understand the amount of sacrifice you will do for them, the amount of things you will do that no matter what, you can't stop, right? They're like the fuel for me. Like, they're my fuel, if you ask me, one of my fuels, right? And I also try to keep myself distance to the point where I don't attack. Like, okay, we are a sandwich generation.
Mm, yeah.
Why? Because I have to figure out a way to take care of my parents who sacrificed everything for us to come to this country and make it, and barely had anything to do, but they were able to make it, and for us to be able to get the freedom and flexibility, right? And I think so we have to take care of our parents, figure out their retirement, make sure, they have a place to live and financially and, health wise. And we're at that stage. And then I also have to make sure I don't depend on my kids. What do I mean by that? Like I can't expect them to take care of me when I'm retired, right? So I have this mentality where like, listen, I have to figure myself out. So, but I have to take care of these two different generations. So I call ourselves the sandwich generation. So, but it gives me a different purpose of knowing that, I'm able to do these things for the kids. At the same time, I don't lose myself for them.
Yes, yes,
Very important. You
yeah,
cannot lose yourself because of them.
yeah.
You make enough sacrifice, but you don't go above and beyond where you're completely going off the rail, right? Because at the end of the day, they're not coming to the grave with you, and your parents are not going to be in the grave with you. You're going to be responsible to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So there are certain things you have to just let it be. You do your part. You do your due diligence, right? You try to be there. You try to educate, teach, take the best of everything that you can, and then let it be. Because I've seen parents go crazy with their kids. They'll move out of state and they'll go here. I was like, okay, but there's a certain limit you can do. And then their kids all of a sudden turn on them and they
Oh,
don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. And so I think community work really taught me. I was like, oh my God, these parents are coming in with all this crisis and stuff. And you realize the biggest issue is, the generation gap, the immigration issue and all that. But I think they're not spending enough time with their kids. Right?
yes.
I think that's
Listening. I think listening is what's missing.
yes.
Yeah, it's more everybody wants to pitch in and say their opinion, but they're not listening to their children. You're busy giving the advice than listening, actually attentive.
And how do you listen? You listen by being present. How do you become present? You're not stressed out. You're not overwhelmed. You're not all over the map. You're actually being conscious and listening with your mind and your heart and not responding right away to understand the situation. And that requires a lot.
Yes, it requires you to be in stillness and peace inside, which is
Yes.
so important. And to me, that's the real success, to have a sound heart. What is real success to you, Muhammad?
Real success is that, being able to love and worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and going to sleep knowing that there's nothing in your heart that you take. There's nothing, you don't go to sleep in anything heavy in your heart, right? Forgiving people, letting go of things, knowing that you're not in control, completely submitting to God, saying, I'm yours, like, and khalas, like, just let it be. I think that's what success means to me, being able to ground yourself in that sort of idea and the concept.
That's faith and submission and surrender. And when you have that, that's when your heart is fulfilled and sound. MashaAllah. Very beautifully said, MashaAllah. Is there anything you would like to add to this amazing conversation that I'm sure a lot of my audience is connecting with?
Wallah, no, Jazakallah khair for being authentic, being real as yourself, opening platforms like this for others to kind not just express themselves, but really, having this sort of spiritual conversation, enlightening people, and no effort, no good work goes to waste. I think any good work you put in, Allah will reward all of us, in whatever capacity we can do. And I think there's so much going on in our community. We're being hurt, like we're hurt, right? We are hurt. There are things that's happening in the war and crisis across the world. There's crisis in our house. There's crisis in our heart. There's crisis in our soul. But I think just taking a small breather, remembering Allah, and having this sort of conversation is, I think, a good step towards that sort of, breathing some fresh air. So
Yeah,
thank you for creating that sort of space and going beyond, because you're going beyond for other people. You don't
inshallah.
realize that these things are also helping other people to go beyond their pain points and finding themselves. So thank you for doing what you're doing, Sister Rafa.
Speaking of wars and we cannot not mention the genocide but of the darkness that is going on in the world, especially in Gaza. As you said, every one of us does what they can do from their platform to help the world, to help the universal movement. So maybe that's our war, that's our battle. Maybe we cannot be there. Maybe we cannot help in ways that others expect us to help. But for me, I figured that's maybe how I can help. And I'm sure for you, you figured it in a different way. But what would you say to people who are listening to you? How can they prioritize their connection to the world, to the ruh, over the resumes, the financial stabilities, and the stability itself? Because either you turn a deaf ear and you think, now I have nothing to do with that, I have to focus on me, or you are connected with the collective, but still you know how to show up for your mission.
Deep question. Everybody deals with their own ways of connect. I want to say, even if you don't understand the Quran, play it, listen to it, let it, like, if you let it awaken your soul in what ways possible. And I think connecting with your ruh is so simple. It's so, like, just saying ala bi dhikrillah, right? When you remember Allah, like, your how does it calm me? You have to actually get to that stage. You have to actually accept that reality. So I think, like, there is no other best forms way of taking your ruh to this journey or to this phase or a stage where ruh becomes your priority if you don't put the efforts, just like in the gym membership. So same thing here. Listen to the Quran, take one verse a day, serve people, give some charity. It doesn't have to be a big amount of things. It could be just one time. There's one assignment I gave one of my mentee. Said, look, I want you to grab the Quran and read one verse only, and do this for 30 days. Then and keep up these exercises, right? And I think that's where we have to feed our ruh enough of food, enough of materials, enough of its resources for it to first wake up because it's sleeping. And when it wakes up and takes over your body, transformation will begin.
Yeah, subhanallah. And every time you open the Quran, there is a message for you. That is exactly what you were asking for, like that, what is concerning you that day. And subhanallah, Allah is speaking to you, His word through that. But I hope that we understand this and grasp it. Yeah.
I mean, just even not as a non-Arabic speaker, and who someone may take a bunch of different translations to understand the recitation, something about the Quran is just hearing it, reciting it, listening to it, just looking at it. I don't know, something remarkable happens. I can't explain it. So I think, like, everybody has to connect themselves with that book. It has a lot of solution to your ruh.
It is the nur, it's the guidance, it's the source of light that Allah has, it's His word that He's put to us. So when everything is so dark, you have that a little bit of window of light that you can always look forward to. Thank you so much, Muhammad, for this grounded and soulful conversations. So this is a world that often chases titles, but you reminded us that legacy lives in presence and purpose and in people and community. Jazakallahu khairan. How can people connect with you? How can they follow your work? And if they want to be mentored by you?
I feel like I'm everywhere. So I have different. So I try to categorize the Baba is Tired is an Instagram, Ruh Connect is another Instagram, lifecoach.mk is another Instagram platform that you can find me. But inshallah, and my doors are open for anybody who's seeking that clarity and mentorship.
Your website is, can you mention?
It's ruhconnect.com, ruhconnect.com. That's the best website you can find me in. And that's the best way to get to me, inshallah.
Well, thank you so much. I think we came to the end of this conversation. I hope you can come back again where we discuss more in some topics that is related to my audience, the Go Beyond community of professionals and entrepreneurs who are looking to take themselves to the next level in life and find fulfillment and success and purpose. Thank you so much. If
جزاك الله
this
خير.
episode spoke to your souls, share it with someone who needs the reminder. Your ruh needs maintenance. Your ruh needs direction as much as your resume, as your career. Subhanallah is the adhan. Allahu Akbar. I forgot to put the mute.
It's okay.